I think we should start with the beginning of your story because I think you have a very adventurous beginning, lots of interesting things and an interesting invention. How did your career start? I think you studied nuclear engineering at MIT. Then you went into medical device development. And
Yeah, when I was 12 years old, my grandfather gave me some very impactful advice. He said, you should work in energy or medicine. We'll never have enough of either of them. And so my career basically followed that path. I started off in nuclear physics. I was trying to build the next fusion reactor. I was hoping that by fusing hydrogen, we could supply enough energy for the rest of the world without nuclear waste and without carbon. And so I spent 4 years at MIT trying to get that to work. Went to Japan for a couple of years, working, designing at Mitsubishi Heavy Industries the next generation of fusion reactor, and came to the realization that it was always going to be 50 years away. And so I was like, okay, maybe this career is not working out, but I can go back into medicine. And so went back to graduate school, again at MIT, and studied biomedical engineering, mechanical engineering, and was lucky enough to get a job starting at Johnson & Johnson, then at Pfizer, inventing new medical therapies. So I've always been inventive. I've always been a creator of things. And I guess medicine has been the home that I found where I could have an impact, where I could have a benefit. I can add a benefit to somebody's life in the short term, by treating an unmet need or a disease state that has not yet been treatable or improving the outcome. So it's been a very satisfactory career in the wine world. I notice I haven't explained anything about, or I guess in the medical world, I haven't explained anything about wine. Wine comes from a passion. I never believed I was going to have a career in wine. And I grew up in Southern California, at least part of the time. I went to high school there. And close enough to Napa Valley where I went up to Napa when I was 16 years old, illegally, I guess, and tasted my first wine. My parents didn't drink, and I hadn't had wine before. And so got up to Napa, tasted my first wine, and I never really looked back. I fell in love immediately. I love the smells and the tastes. I love the variety that it has. I love the moments that you share it with friends or a spouse. It was sort of a revelation for me to see to enter into the wine world as a consumer, starting when I was 16, advancing through my college years. A little bit of a break when I was in Japan, where we drank basically whiskey and beer and sake. But when I got back to grad school and met my spouse, it's something that we shared and really, really loved. So I came into wine as a consumer. It was just something that I did with friends and family.
That's interesting. Thanks for watching this video. You can watch the full podcast episode by clicking here, or watch another interesting video by clicking here. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section and see you in the next one.